All right, everyone. Well, the saga continues with whatever it is that's chewing away at me. I am stuffing myself full of everything from Willard water to oregano oil and sambucol. Oh my goodness, I've got enough natural products running around in my body. I'm surprised anything can last. So again, I apologize if my voice is a little bit difficult to understand, or if I go into a fit of coughing. I'll endeavor to push the pause button so I don't blow your speakers out. We are, as you can tell from my emails, particularly the one for today, I am just not pleased with what's going on with the government. Hopefully by now, no one is deluded into thinking that President Obama is going to somehow make government smaller in any way. And like I alluded to in my email, that is something, making the process of making government bigger, that we fell into a little bit into the 30s, whether or not it was one of their overt strategies. My brain just isn't working right. I'm not firing on all 8 cylinders, but coming out of the 30s and that financial whirlwind, you had government getting bigger. And some would say, well, the government was at least employing people. But the problem with making government bigger is you're not actually producing anything. It should be logical. Government doesn't produce. Traders look at that. And when traders see that a government is on track for increasing itself and not increasing the total output of the country, that's going to, as a byproduct, weaken the currency. You also have the debt to consider, obligations of the country, etc. And so all of these things are indeed playing into what's going on with the currencies. Yes, we've got turmoil in the European Union. You've got problems with the British economy. You've got problems with the U.S. economy. I mean, at this point, everybody is suffering. And so, trying to pin things down to just, nice, neat sound bites is going to be impossible for the near future. And so once again, let me lead this all back to we've got to focus on price. And at the moment, the pound is at least coming off of its little bottom that it's forming here at about 40 cents, 39 cents. And we need to be aware of that it is gaining some support. But at the same time, we need to be aware of some of our other targets and our other areas for support, namely this large support zone down here between 34.90 and 38.70. Again, because we're in a counter trend trading environment, we don't really have much in the way of a pattern. Last night, if you remember, I was talking about the flag pattern. This one was fairly close in that, this was more of a pennant pattern. You had a down slope here. The reason why I say it was close is the flag portion wound up being almost as long or just as long as the pole. That sometimes puts me off, okay? And I just don't like to trade when you don't get a quick reaction. And it's purely because professional traders like to act very quickly. But nevertheless, we did get the pennant that I was talking about. We got another one right here, excuse me, coming into... actually, you know what? I think my charts might be a bit off now that I'm looking at it. Now that I'm stopping to look at the date, there we go. All right. So that was the second. My apologies. That was not the third. Here, we've got a little bit different scenario. This is a triangle pattern. So let me now back up and take back everything that I just said. My charts were messed up. Okay, my excuse is I'm not completely on my game. My apologies. Okay, so we've got this wedge pattern. Again, some traders like to say, well, if it's a descending wedge, in other words, if you've got the top moving down like this, the bottom staying even, then this points to a break to the downside. I don't like that. I like to use the term compression pattern simply because you've got price going from a wide range like this to a smaller range like this, and then ultimately to an even smaller range. And once the market breaks out of this compression, whether it's up or down, is where we want to take advantage of that trading opportunity. So the compression pattern wound up breaking to the upside today. That was early in the European session. New York session was kind of choppy. You can see that was right here. You had non-farm payroll coming out. Of course, hundreds of thousands of jobs were lost. That's no big shocker. Again, that should not be news to anybody. It's just sort of the normal way things are going to be going for the next little while. We're building, here's the support level I was talking about earlier. Again, until we break down below there, no real cause for alarm in terms of the British pound going down or the dollar making an aggressive breakout to the upside. We are looking at a double top here that has broken. We're going to need to see how this trades in the European session. Based on what's going on right now with price, it does not look like we're going to have much in the way of counter trend action to the downside, but that could change. What you've got to watch out for are the different patterns. In other words, we need to see either a good sneak attack pattern, which remember is the market pushing down and then boom, popping up very quickly, so we can look to take the market, sell the market on trade to the downside, or we need to see that the market is developing some other kind of pattern, like this triangle pattern here, possibly even a flag pattern or a pennant pattern into the Asian session and early European markets. So again, it's the counter trend trading market. Go into the quick start, take a look at that, because that's going to help you to get a handle on what's going on. And not get too weirded out. Remember, counter trend trading means there's going to be a lot of whipsaws, the market moving past prior highs like this and coming right back down like you saw over here, and then breaking right back up. It's just the way the market is supposed to be trading because it's a counter trend market. So use these daily trading videos when I share those types of opinions with you, is to help you understand and glean the attitude of knowing what the market's going to do to gauge your expectations. The last couple of weeks I've shared some of the different trading rooms and images that are out there, and with the hope of, number one, you realizing just how big this market is, but then also number two, understanding that these big banks, they are not fully automated. You can only automate to a certain point, and then you've got to have the human interaction. That's what I'm trying to give you with these daily trading videos. And so what I would hope then is for the support sessions, you come in, start asking questions and getting direct feedback based on how well you are looking at the market and how well you're anticipating what the market's going to do.